Barcelona has had a pretty good year so far, but I do want to start just with your overall thoughts on the Women's International Champions Cup and what you and Barcelona are really hoping to gain from this competition. Obviously, it comes at a very different point than what we are experiencing right here in America right now.
Well, first of all, I think it's a little bit, difficult with all the COVID situation. I don't think it hasn't been easy for anyone. And of course, this logistic stuff, you have to take care, you have to be careful, you have to be responsibility, or you have to take responsibility for the whole organization or for the whole tournament. And for us, I think, let's talk from my personal feeling about this. I think the tournament in general is super great. Like, you don't have the opportunity to play against American teams so often. So this is really cool. But for me personal, we just started last week with the preseason. We train 2 times a day, every day. Sometimes we train 3 times a day. So it's super hard to preseason. And this tournament is in our preseason. So that means we're going to lose time on it. Like, I know that sounds super hard now, but we lose the travel days, we lose practice, because obviously 9 hours difference. You have to adapt. It's not easy. Everybody who travels back and forth from Europe or I don't know where, you know how hard it is. We have 5 weeks preseason, and it's somehow super cool, but somehow also it could be a better timing for us. But obviously, those are like my personal doubt a little bit about that. And obviously, we have to try new things. We have to bring new people in. We need the practice session, and this is like a little bit of, oh, it's really cool. I know how cool it is to play in Portland, and but at the same time, so I'm a little bit both ways. Yeah. So I hope you understand me, or you where my feeling are coming from, because it's tough. It's tough.
There is a lot to balance. And I think, we've seen preseasons, right? Especially here in the NWSL, the preseason got a lot longer, but there are some pros and cons to both training sessions, but also then getting games to actually test what you're doing in those training sessions out. And this is also obviously very different competition than what you're getting over in Spain. So it is kind of a very interesting dynamic to balance all of those things and try to get out as much value as you possibly can.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a good test for us, and I think we're going to try stuff. We have the players, and I think we're going to bring all the players in. So we will see. Obviously, if we play a game, that doesn't matter if it's like a friendly game or whatever. At the end of the day, you want to win, but at the same time, you also have to be smart about the different stuff.
Right. Now, you obviously have some history in Portland. Fun fact, I remember at a 2018 game in Portland, I was filming behind the field boards, and it was during the postseason with Portland, and you almost actually went over the field boards directly into me. So that is like one of my defining memories of your time in Portland. But what is it like to be able to come back to Portland, see some players that you're familiar with? Obviously, there is some history there for you.
Oh, of course. I mean, this is great to play in Portland, with the whole fans, and this is an amazing place to play. Obviously, for women's football or women's soccer, how do you say? This is an incredible place. It had so much fun to play in Portland, and obviously with that team, we had so much fun. Obviously, we didn't have the success that we really wanted, but it was like a very, very good time. Like, you learn so much stuff. If it's from different players, different people, outside of the pitch, on the pitch, and the whole travel was also new for me. And there've been like so many things that you just didn't know before, and then you get there and you learn all that stuff. So it was really cool, and obviously I'm super excited to come back and to play at the Providence Park.
Did you have anything in Portland that you really love doing while you're there, like a place to get coffee or food, or a park or anything? Was there anything that was your spot?
tell me what was not my spot. There are so many good restaurants, and I mean, every coffee place is amazing. You actually can't have bad coffee in Portland. Like, I don't know. It's like, you've been there, and there have been so many places. I really like that. The 23rd was always cool. Go over on the other side. There's so many places. Cannot even tell you one specific, but obviously all the coffee places, all the food places. Doesn't matter if it's sushi, if it's like I don't know. It's amazing. It's a place that is amazing for food and coffee, and
no, it's always one of my favorite trips for work.
Right.
Absolutely. All right. So, I mean, between Portland and Barcelona, I mean, your whole career, you've played for some of the top clubs. We have seen such explosive growth of women's soccer, both here in the US, but around the world, especially in Europe right at the moment. And, we're now actually finally really able to watch so much more European women's football here in the US. Like, we're finally getting to watch,
Really?
England, Spain, Champions League.
Where did you watch it? So the Champions League was on...
We got a little bit. They just actually did a whole new deal. So like, we're going to be able to watch all of Champions League on YouTube. That's a whole global deal, which is wildly exciting for the development of the sport, right? But how, in terms of that growth of women's football, I mean, between the increased investment, but also the fact that we do have some of this technology now that's allowing us to watch, but also for you as a player, right? Fitness and tracking and all that kind of stuff. Like, what have you seen over the course of your career that has made a difference that you have found helpful? Like, where's your head at with all that kind of stuff?
Well, if I go back with Frankfurt, at that time it was like a very, very famous and like had like a lot of history. Frankfurt was one of the best clubs in the world. But obviously, we didn't have a GPS tracker. We didn't have like so much physio. I had to wash my laundry by myself. I had to pack everything by myself. So this was step by step. Now, obviously, you have a kit manager. You have like someone who's doing the analysis about high-speed running, how much distance you've been running, and how is the load. If you trained like way too much, so you can just stop a little bit or take a day off or do a little bit less. So this is very important. And obviously the nutrition stuff, we now have a lot of we have a nutritionist, and this is super important. I don't know if you just heard it, we literally opened up La Masia for the first time for the girls, which is incredible. Like, you start in the young age, and they will learn a lot from them. So you will be there, you will go to school, you will train there, and I think this is amazing. You saw La Masia on the boys' side, on the men's side, how they bring some of the best players out of it. So I hope this is going to be in the future for the women's team too.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a lot of new focus on that load management term, like that. Even in my own history of covering the game, I don't think we were talking about that stuff even 5 years ago, really, in terms of, okay, how do you manage players? And I'm sure there's got to be so much data that you get as a player, but also obviously the team is working with in order to figure out who's peaking, how to actually manage that. It's really interesting.
Yeah. So no, that's absolutely. And then of course the intensity of the practice. And as I said, like, I remember I came here to Barcelona and they lost against Olympique Lyon 2019 4-1 in the final. It was literally the players who said, we have to train more. We have to work harder, do more. We want to get back into the Champions League final. We want to win the Champions League final. So I came here, it's like what I say. What other teams are calling double session is being on the pitch and afterwards going to the gym. A lot of people will say, oh, this is a double session. This is a normal session for us every day. So we are 50 minutes before the practice, we are in the gym, go on the field. Obviously, we have a gym right on the field. It's like an open place, which is really cool. We call it a carpa. And then after the practice, we go back again and do 20, 30 minutes work again. But this is one session. So,
yeah,
you know, when I want to go, like, this is now, of course, at the beginning, I was like, holy shit. I was dying. I was like, oh my God, I don't know want to survive. But obviously, your body adapts. So, and now we have those sessions twice a day. So, but this is now normal. Like, but I think you could have seen over the last year. I think that's where Barcelona make a huge step forward. That they can play, that they have the technique and everything. That was always like the Spanish football was always like that. But now you will see them. They get fit. They get like fast. They get like strong and everything. And this together with the technique is actually it's hard to beat.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have seen that. I think everybody is very, very excited to see Barcelona in person. And, you know, obviously it is preseason. Obviously you guys have a lot to balance, but I think everybody is really looking forward to getting a chance to seeing Barcelona here in Portland. So we are very, very much looking for, just even me, like I cannot wait to watch you guys play in person. I'm very excited.
Great. That's great.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your time. Super appreciate it. But yeah, we cannot wait. You know, we're only a couple weeks out now. It's kind of crazy to think about.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Almost a little bit more than 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
That's great. So you're going to be there?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. That's great. Yep. So thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, see you
soon.
All
right. Yeah. See you soon. Have a safe flight.
Bye.
Thank you.